Hello everyone, welcome to XR Open Source Fellowship Program by FICCI and supported by Meta. Today we have Mr. Ajit Padmanabh, CEO and founder of WhoVR. WhoVR is a platform to create first ending metaphors and taking you through the heritage side to travel experience, music concerts in a heritage way using the metaverse. So welcome sir to the XR Open Source Fellowship Ask Me Anything program, wherein we would want you to discuss more about the project, more about the organization. So, welcome,
Sure.
sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Puneet. And thanks to Fiki and Meta for this wonderful opportunity where we get to interact with potential awesome developers right here in India. So, good evening to one and all who's joined this AMA. And I mean, as I said, it's an honor and a privilege to be part of this. So, as Puneet was saying, who we are is a virtual reality and augmented reality startup focused on digital heritage, arts, and culture. So, we recreate time travel capsules of temples and other monuments so that we not only look at how they are today, but we also can imagine how they looked in the past with a vibrant culture and the scenery and stuff like that. So this is our goal, our mission, in terms of bringing back the glories of our heritage to the next generation and worldwide, right? And technology of VR and AR are maturing by the day, and we thought it's the right time to venture into this content development stream, and therefore, in the end, create an entire heritage metaverse, cloning all the sites that we have in the real world today. So that's what WhoVR is into. It's a very niche space. It's a very exciting space at the same time. And in terms of the projects, there are two projects that we have designed for this particular exercise, and one of them is on augmented reality technology, while the other one is in virtual reality technology. So I'm sure all of you are aware of what augmented reality and virtual reality are. And the AR part of the project is about looking at a statue of the Dashavatara, the 10 avatars of Vishnu, right? That is there in our itihas. Um, follow up on the mobile of the screen and kind of look at the statue, and you should be getting all these stories right on your mobile device or your iPad device or whatever it is, right? The idea is to use AR kit, which is Apple, and therefore the ipad will be the standard mode of operation, because the screen, the form factor is also good, and visuals look great on iPad. um, the idea there is to not only tell the stories of each of these avatars, but also look at temples or significant areas of these avatars that are planted all around India, right? So it becomes an infotainment kind of an experience. That is on augmented reality. In terms of the tech kit, as I said, we are using the Apple AR kit as a standalone, and we will also have object detection and marker based augmented reality as the technologies to be used up here, right? So anywhere, irrespective of the lighting condition, irrespective of the background or whatever it is, you should be able to detect the object and render these stories, right? That is on augmented reality. In terms of virtual reality, it gets even more exciting. So a lot of you would have heard of this site called Dholavira in Gujarat, which dates back to the Indus Valley civilization, right? Or what is now coming to be known as the Sindhu Saraswati civilization. So it's deep ancestry, at least 6,000 years back, as per the dating by archaeologists today. And we have had the privilege of rendering a 3D model, a scale model of the entire Dholavira site, and we want to recreate that whole area as it used to be during the active Indus Valley civilization. Like, it was a very trade city. It was a port also, not a port. It was a trade city. It's inland in Gujarat, and we want to create all of those things, right? And therefore, this project is more on the animation side. We need 3D modelers, 3D animation artists, lighting artists, all of those kind of things, plus C++ and Blueprint developers, because we are going to build this on Unreal Engine, while the augmented reality facet that I was talking about earlier would be built on the Unity engine, right? So that's about the tech stack and about the projects, and I'm happy to take any questions or any options of interest that the audience may have.
So, sir, the first questions that we got from majority of the developers, like, so I'm a beginner. I have a very basic experience in Unity engine or Unreal Engine, or I am not that much 3D modeler. So, what would be the criteria of selection while you're getting proposals? So, what are the things that they can encapsulate in their proposals while filling it for who we are?
Excellent question. So basically, when we say lighting artists and all of these are on the visual side of things. We also need core developers who are proficient in C++ to begin with, right? Because C++ is used extensively in both Unity and Unreal. If that is there, we can mentor you to learn the lighting effects, to learn the artistry side of things, because we have enough artists in our company, and we have enough architects and such mentors that will take you through this entire journey. So it becomes an overall learning experience for you guys, and at the same time, utilization of your C++ and object oriented programming skills comes to the fore insofar as WhoVR's projects are concerned.
And what would be the ideal proposal look like if you were the developer and you need to apply for who we are? So how do you envisage of writing the proposal? Because we've seen proposals give you a sense in 2 pages as well as you will get sense in 15 pages.
Right.
So what are the things that one can cover, and what are the points that you are planning to
Yeah,
use while
one is a basic awareness of VR and AR technologies, like I said, marker technologies and all those kind of things. C++, we look for around 2 years minimum in terms of experience or in terms of proficiency. When I say C++, it's purely OOPS and stuff like that, right? Not necessarily to be working on a virtual reality environment, right? Because that's all that will be taken care of by my team, and we will mentor the developers accordingly. But in terms of skill set, that's the kind of technologies that we look for. In terms of behavior, I would say open mind, eagerness to learn, eagerness to explore this rather unusual vertical for virtual reality. When I say vertical, industry vertical, right? I mean, you would have been exposed to a lot of industry training and stuff like that in VR, AR, but creating a metaverse for heritage is something that will require a lot of behavioral openness, and therefore I look forward to working with people who are frank outright, and at the same time very very clear in what they are doing, and happy to help those who question every time, right? Because that gives me a confidence that people are interested and they want to grow as a developer.
one need to be outspoken and ask if they feel any sort of queries,
Bilkul,
right?
bilkul. And not only that, if they have any thoughts that can make these things better, we are always listening for better ideas, right? Nobody is an expert and nobody is a novice here. That's the kind of attitude that we in the company follow, and we'd like to extend the same feelings to the developers who join us.
So the next questions, which is something related to this, if I got selected in who we are, so would it be possible for me to work from your office, or do I need to work from home?
It
Or
can be remote or it can be work from office, depending on your convenience, depending on uh, the optimal use of your time on this project, right?
right. Okay, and how much duration do you think that's minimum required from your side? Like 20 hours a week, or more than that, or less than that?
Yeah, I would say 20 hours a week to begin with, because we've stretched this for around 3 to 4 months of a project timeline, I think, and therefore 20 to 30 hours a week should be good.
So suppose I'm a student. So my college is also going in. Would you be able to consider me? Similar situation is occurs for the professionals who are working in somewhere, right? So, but they wanted to contribute, wanted to part of this fellowship. So do you think they are eligible, or how do you think you will be able to
Absolutely,
cope up?
absolutely, absolutely, Puneet. Like I said, interest matters first, and then we can work out the nitty-gritties of how many hours and how much of time can we spend, and how much of mentorship is actually required for people to kind of get started with these things. So fairly open on all these aspects.
Right. So there is one question here. What if I'm beginner with Unity, but I have project experience with A-Frame and Web XR?
Oh, that's a good experience to have. Web VR, in fact, right? And Unity, don't worry, we will mentor you onto it. As long as your basics of programming and visualization tools are there, I think you'll be able to crack this.
Okay. So Bombers you can apply for sure in WhoVR and get connected with Ajit. If you have any sort of queries, so we have a Slack channel. Ajit is there. You can ask any sort of queries when you are filling the form.
Yeah, I mean, it'll help if you tag me there, and that'll be good. And I think Vamvas was also asking about 3.js. 3.js will not work on the augmented reality and virtual reality side of things. It won't work that way because each of them come with what we call as AR kit or VR SDKs, right? So we have to be ensuring that all our code packages are deployed on those frameworks.
Right.
I think there was one more question which yeah.
How
How many
many
services?
will be selected for this XROS fellowship? So for the entire cohort, we are envisaging to select 100 uh, developers from India. So it depends, like if you are qualified and if you apply for any of the organization, then you are going to be a part of it. So our target is 100. Any more questions? Sir, just wanted to ask one more thing. What would be the secret sauce to impress you during the
Oh, okay.
introduction?
Oh, that's a cool question.
Needs to be
Um,
elaborated so it can help many of the developers to build up their proposal in a more detailed way.
so
Like,
first is the innate interest in the subject matter itself, right?
hmm,
And the second of all is showcase your visual technology capabilities through your projects, showcase your C++ based outputs through your projects that you've done, and which will leave a mark in me that, okay, this person is analytically thinking through these things, and therefore, he or she would be a great fit for this whole mentorship exercise because we have to understand one thing. 3 to 4 months is the minimum it takes in visual technology to bring out some output in VR and AR. And we are doing it through mentorship. Therefore, we expect a lot of proactiveness, a lot of enthusiasm from the developer. So, as long as you bring out your energy and your genuine interest in who we are in your profile or proposal, I think it'll hit the nail in my head.
awesome. I think this would answer many of the queries. So anything else that you wanted to advise? Because this was quick
Yeah, I
and
think
many of the
that,
questions
that's
will
about it.
surely hit the inbox at Slack.
Sure, sure. Just don't forget to tag me along so that I can promptly respond to each of your queries. Yeah. I
Sure.
value this interaction and I value the interest that this has generated. And I look forward to working with those awesome developers and build the Indic metaverse, start beginning it.
Right. Thank you so much, Ajit sir. It was very quick.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. We look forward to have you various applications at your plate.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. It's a great opportunity and wishing the best for all the developers that have attended this AMA. Thank you.
Thank you.